Good morning, good evening, good afternoon. Welcome back to Cannon Fodder, the channel for Arsenal fans all over this world. To be honest, I don't even know where to start with this one. Post game reaction. I was going to do one last night, and I didn't even watch the penalties. Didn't even watch the penalties. I was going to do a post game reaction last night, but it went on for so long, and I thought, no, no. But I didn't even watch the penalties. But now you know what happened. What happened? If you don't know, you're going to find out. We're going to see another side of this kind of post-game reaction on the other side of this music intro. Yeah, I'm just shaking my head. I don't know how I'm going to start this one off. I didn't prepare anything at all. Well, I did some images, but anyhow, let's start from the very, very beginning. Welcome back to Cannon Fodder, the channel for Arsenal fans all over this world. There's a nice start there for you. Yeah. Welcome to the evening show. It's going to be a short show. A kind of post-game reaction that I was going to do last night, but because it's so late, I didn't even watch the penalties because I had an early start because today is St. Patrick's Day. But anyhow, if you just click the like button, please help us grow over here on this wonderful community over here on California TV. Also coming to the live chat, you can probably see here Emerson Cozier. He is the first one in this short show over here. And you might want to do something else. I don't know, maybe get something off your chest. But welcome back to the show over here. So there's your start for you. Where do we go from here? I got no idea, man. Anyway, I think we'll probably start. Oh my goodness, where are we going to start? Anyway, we'll start with the result. There's the result. 1-1. Yeah, it was a really good start by Arsenal. But saying that, 20 minutes in, I was thinking for all Sporting Lisbon's control of the game, I thought this is not going to amount to anything unless they can score a goal. And lo and behold, we see Granit Xhaka pops up after, I can't remember who played him through the lines actually. It wasn't, no one played from the lines. It was from Martinelli's shot. Bearing down, the right back missed the ball, but Martinelli bared down on the goal. Goalkeeper made a relatively good save, and then only for the rebound to go to the feet of Granit Xhaka, as you guys call the X-Man, and the X-Man put it away nicely. And then you kind of thought, okay, yeah, we're on our way, we're on our way. But it didn't go that way, did it? It didn't go that way. You know, for the vast majority of the first half, much like the first leg, you look at Arsenal at home, Europa League, they look like the away team at the Emirates. They look like the away team. And the first one that came to my mind was the last game I was at the Emirates was a Europa League game. Arsenal versus Olympiacos. And that's the feeling I got in my gut. What I was seeing there late last night was almost a repeat of Olympiacos game there. We paid for it. We paid for it. We were too complacent. And I go back to this gentleman here. Again, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I will be naming and shaming, but I don't want to use the word blame. I'll use the word blame. Yeah, let's use the word blame. Now, Mikel Arteta, he did say in his press conference, post game press conference, that he wanted to win it. Well, if you wanted to win it, the first leg, you should have played your strongest 11. Should have played your strongest 11 from the first leg. You cannot get away with a little bit of rotation. You're playing a player who only had one game for us, Jacob Kivor, and you know what happened there. There was some doubt whether, I don't know whether Matt Turner gave him the shout, and none of them got the ball. And so they scored. Sporting Lisbon scored. It is the fine lines once again that catches us out. I can't even say that is a Fabio Vieira. The first leg, I thought he had a good game. The first leg, but the second game, he was. I don't know what happened. He lasted a long time. a real long time. But I do have to say this lands at the feet of Mikel Arteta. The changes that he made from the first leg, and then the second leg, play your strongest 11. Play your strongest. Sporting Lisbon, they are no mugs. They're no mugs. Do you know who knocked them out? Actually, I just kind of found out this morning because there I'm going to work, and the majority of my colleagues are either Liverpool fans, supporters, or Man United fans, supporters. And there's your Tottenham fan and supporter. And he said to me, but do you know who knocked Sporting Lisbon out of the Champions League? I'm thinking, oh, no. He said, we did. Tottenham. Tottenham knocked them out. And Sporting Lisbon knocked us out of the Europa League. So the point I'm trying to make is that you cannot, if you depending on how you view a particular competition, if you're thinking, well, we're going to give it maybe the best, it's going to be a strong-ish 11, then what do you expect back? You cannot do that against a Sporting Lisbon team. And I tell you what, I'll give a big shout out to 101 Arsenal and Apollo. I was in their live chat half time. And I said to them, without trying to upset anybody, I said, Sporting Lisbon, they will not panic. They will not panic. They will take things nice and calm. They know, the feeling I got is like, right. They're thinking they've got Arsenal right where they want them. Right where they want them. And the only thing that was missing was a goal. Pedro, Yankao, oh, what a goal. What a stunning goal. Maybe goal of the season could be. And that's not by chance. They would have practiced that over, or he would have practiced it over and over again. Why is that? Because Ramsdale, you could probably see, he's almost always off his line. They would have prepared for every eventuality. Now, I saw the penalties. The penalties, all of them were almost clean. But the most important thing is they beat Arsenal 5-3 on aggregate. 5-3 on the penalties. Long drawn out game there. And there was some parts in the game where you could see, that they had total control of the game. The second half, when it came out, it's like they went into third gear, fourth gear, fifth gear. And we were having trouble keeping up. Now, Fabio Vieira, I spoke about him. What did I speak about? Gabriel Jesus. Were you surprised that he played 45 minutes and then came off? You cannot experiment. Cannot experiment. But then saying that, then maybe we would have said, oh, why didn't he start if he brought him in the second half? You go all guns blazing. This game required it because why? Sporting Lisbon showed us what kind of team they are. They're a top-notch team. And even their coach, Amorim, he's highly rated. Highly rated coach. But, yeah, Gabriel Jesus, match-wise, I mean, I can understand why you would have brought him on or given him some kind of minutes because he's not really match fit. He needs to, get up to strength. But was this a game to experiment and give him game time? I don't think so. I don't think so. And what you don't want is him to incur and receive another injury. And talking about injuries, Tomiyasu, we still have to wait and see the extent of his injury. Saliba, I think, is more precautionary because I think he felt a twinge and he wanted to come off. But Tomiyasu, not a first teamer. Not a first teamer. So you've gone in there, you haven't gone full strength. You've tried, you thought you could get away with it, and then you had to bring in a Martin Odegaard in place of a Fabio Vieira, who was misfiring on all fronts. To do flicks and little tricks, that wasn't the time there. Keep it nice and simple. Sorry, guys, I need to sneeze. Oh, I didn't sneeze. I was going to sneeze, but it didn't happen. But again, sometimes you just have to admit that you were beaten by the better team. And I get the feeling that some of the fan base think, oh, well, it's only Sporting Lisbon. It's only the Europa League. Only the Europa League. We haven't won any European silverware for 30 years. 30 years. And so like I put in our WhatsApp group, Can Afford to WhatsApp group, like winning can be a habit, losing can also be a habit. We're going to Crystal Palace on Sunday. They've just sacked Patrick Vieira. And don't tell me that you're thinking, oh, the easy 3 points. It won't be easy 3 points. I will tell you that now. And oh, by the way, I did predict it was going to be a loss for Arsenal. I predicted 2-1 for Sporting Lisbon. Didn't quite work out that way, but they got the job done. What an outfit! I mean, they were just cutting through us like a knife through butter. Like there was no one there in the midfield. They should have scored a few more goals. I think was it Edwards? He had a couple of chances that he should have put away. Excuse me. But commiserations again, and I thought that Mikel Arteta would have learned his lesson from. You remember when we played against the other side in Villarreal? You played a false nine in the second leg. He still has not learned his lesson. Do not try to cut corners. If you're telling me you're encouraging your players to go out and win, then show it by your selection. Always pick your strongest 11. Election 11. But he didn't do that, did he? He didn't do that, and they paid for it. No, Jorginho was left high and dry, man. I mean, he lost control of the World Cup times, and actually, I know it was bucketing down with rain yesterday, but the players have got to be used by now to playing at the Emirates. That's your home stadium. Come rain, snow, or thunder, you know how the pitch plays. And I saw so many players, miscontrolling the ball, giving possession away to the Sporting Lisbon players. It, I'm not surprised. I'm absolutely not surprised because, like I said, I did predict it was going to be a 2-1 win for Sporting Lisbon, and they deserved it. They deserved it. If you ask me, can I choose a man of the match in inverted commas? I would probably have to say Rob. I thought Rob Holding had a really good. The amount of blocks that he made, so many blocks, and he should have played in the first leg, not Jacob Givor. Rob Holding should have played there. But it's now done. It's dusted. It's over. We go on. We go now to the Premier League. And this is only a good result if we win the Premier League. And our boy, we're going to have a wake-up call. We're going to have a wake-up call on Sunday. They've just lost Patrick Vieira, Crystal Palace. We're going to receive a wake-up call like nobody's business. I mean, my money's already on Man City to win the Premier League. I don't believe Arsenal will win the Premier League. And off the back of losing against Sporting Lisbon, it's going to be tough to get yourselves ready to go again in the Premier League. I've got nothing much more to say than that, apart from, I could name more players. Zinchenko didn't have the best of games. We spoke about Fabio Vieira, who lasted for a long time, the second half, before he got subbed off. And then the club captain came on, Martin Odegaard. Martin Odegaard should have started. He should have started. And poor old Martinelli. I don't want to use the word the villain. Are we going to vilify him because he missed that penalty? I hope not. I hope not. But just sometimes you have to put your hand up and say, we were beaten by the better team. And we were beaten by the better team. Absolutely. So that's my post-game reaction. I've got not much more to say than that. It's just some things just weren't right. Again, when I saw Gabriel Jesus, I thought, this is not the game to play Gabriel Jesus. Maybe for motivation, possibly. But beyond that, no, that backfired. And then we got the two injuries. Again, we have to wait and see the extent of Takehiro Tomiyasu. Saliba, I'm hoping, fingers crossed, he's going to be okay. Players who didn't really turn up, Jorginho, Fabio Vieira. Then Saka came on, thinking, okay, well, he didn't start. You're stuck between a rock and a hard place. But how do you view the Europa League? Do you really want to go out and win it, or do you not? Anyhow, 15 minutes and counting. I didn't prepare anything at all for this post game reaction. That I was going to do last night, but I thought, nah, I can't. My poor wife was sleeping whilst I was actually here watching the game, and I thought, nah, I'm gonna cut off. I was going to do a post game reaction last night, but it was just too late. Knowing fully well I had to wake up early for work. Oh, the things we have to do. The things we have to do. Anyhow, that is it. I think I need to go into. Let's have a look. Our Twitter feed. And Jonathan, hi, Jonathan, my friend. Uh, I don't know if you're watching, Jonathan. Maybe or maybe you're not. You're watching, but he has retweeted that we are live. And Ola, thank you also for retweeting that we are live. And Una as well. Maybe your husband retweeted that we are live. And Mark Brewer also retweeted that we are live. Thank you, Mark. Thank you for that. So there was no comments or tweets thus far. Let's have a look here. Okay. Right. What am I doing here? What am I doing? You know what? I had so many things I wanted to say. Usually I prepare my notes on the computer for the things I want to talk about, but I didn't prepare anything at all. I thought, just don't try and rant. And I had a little rant there, a little rant. So I think what I can do now, because I didn't do a man of the match, I thought Arsenal not worthy of me even thinking about doing a man of the match there. And so I think I can go into the live chat. Go in the live chat. And there we go. Emerson, good evening. Good afternoon. He says that it was a cat and mouse game. Both teams had chances to win it in 90 minutes or extra time. And everybody has said the starting 11 was wrong. And from my point of view, it was the right decision. You mean the wrong 11, but the right result? I think that's what you're talking about. On the injury news, Tomiyasu was seen on crutches after the match earlier. Ankle or seam. Saliba could be a dead leg, and Jesus was a precaution of why he came off. Oh, correction. Onto the injury news. Tomiyasu was seen on crutches, either ankle or knee injury. Saliba was either on a dead leg, or Jesus was taken off as a precaution. Yes. Okay, I understand what you're saying. However, I've got to go back to our manager. You can't. You pay for it. You pay for it unless you go out. You again. It's the fine lines. The fine lines. You need to prepare for every eventuality, but limit that by. I mean, look how we are in the Premier League. How are we in the Premier League? We are top of the Premier League because we almost always play our strongest 11. So why can't you do that in the Europa League? Limit or reduce the risk of going out, being knocked out by playing your strongest 11, or barring injuries. Again, depending on how you view the Europa League. Got to go back and blame. I can use that word blame, but it's down to Mikel Arteta. How you prepare your players and try and cover all the eventualities. He didn't do that. He didn't do that. Right. Oops. Sorry, I just need to put this back up. Okay, there we go. Okay, so I believe that we are going to call this one, call it quits, man. Call it quits. It just did not happen for us yet again. We have to learn the lesson. And how do we learn the lesson? By making errors, misjudgments. But how long can this go on for? And there is a distinct possibility. I repeat, there is a distinct possibility that we'll end the season not winning anything. FA Cup, yeah. League Cup, any kind of cup we are out of. Out. Premier League, that's not going to happen. It's not going to happen. Anyhow, yeah, I got a phone call here coming from the wife. I'm going to end this one, but I'm going to say thank you to each and every one of you who saw me. Only a couple of you. I tried not to rant, if that makes any sense. But hey, it is what it is. We got almost and upwards. We played Crystal Palace on Sunday, who just sat one of our own, Patrick Vieira. Patrick Vieira has been sacked. But don't get it twisted. Don't think there goes an opportunity for us. That's how we got into this mess in the first place, because we thought it's only Sporting Lisbon. We'll overcome them. We'll beat them. They had two of their players, from the first leg, suspended. And I said, the moment you think like that, we have lost. We have lost. And what happened? We lost. I think there's been one more from. Oops. Oh, what's happened? Only other social media channel pundit said that what you said earlier. Thank you for that. Yeah, under 21s are lost today. Oh my goodness, not a good day for the Arsenal, is it? Not a good day. Got to be very, very careful that we don't take our feet off the pedal, and we did that. We did that. So Arteta did that. Can't blame the players. I mean, of course, they had opportunities. We had opportunities. The most important thing is they progress and we don't. Anyhow, anyhow. All right, that is it. I'm out of here. Listen, try and enjoy the remnants of your weekend. We're back in action on Sunday. Who knows? I might do something on Sunday. Sunday during the day. I won't be doing the big Sunday the big Sunday show with Paul. I'll leave that for him, and he's got his merry men or merry women on the panel for that segment there. Anyhow, that is it. So we got almost an upwards another season where we're out of the Europa League. This has been Canon Fodder, the channel for Arsenal fans all over this world.